Welcome back to the Bourbon Experience. Today's review, Old Stubborn. Old Stubborn got a lot of attention because it was listed for $250 on Seal Box, Shared Pour, Bourbon Concierge, and nobody really knew much about it. It's distilled in West Virginia, so likely Smooth Ambler, I think, as everybody recognizes that's where it's from. Barrel proof, non-chill filtered, pot stilled, wheated mash bill, super small batch, 11 barrels, and those barrel ages were 10, 11, and 13-year-old. So it had all the specs that got people excited, but nobody really knew anything about it. So it sat for weeks, and then maybe one or two reviews came out, and then they sold out. So let's get into it and see how it is. Now, when I was first reading it, I was trying to sell my friends on it because I thought that with all the specs on it, it sounded like it could be similar to maybe some Old Stitzel Weller or something, or get the hype train of like 13th Colony, how that came out of nowhere, thinking that this could potentially do that as well. The reviews, I think it was like dates, dark fruits, wood, things like that. The reviews I've seen all seem fairly accurate, but yeah, it's very nutty on the nose. Maybe a little bit of funk, maybe that like a musty funk, probably from the wheated mash bill or the pot still. As it's been open, it's actually mellowed out quite a bit. It used to be funkier and craftier, and I guess Ed Bly, the owner of the company, used to run or owned a liquor store that was pretty renowned for doing barrel picks and stuff, but said that it needs to open up. One thing about this is, I will say, every time I've tried it, it tastes different every time. Yeah, definitely nutty though. Nutty and funky for sure. Very peanutty on the palate, and then it's pretty coating and a little bit drying at the end. One thing that I normally get on this is like a raspberry cream and then chocolate, heavy chocolate, and then some raspberry cream. Had one friend describe it as like peanut butter and jelly. Another friend described it as a Boston baked bean candy. And on the nose, I mean, that was like the perfect note. I've never seen a better note other than that before. But let's get another go, see how it... Yeah, peanuts, raspberry cream's there a little bit, the chocolate's there, and then an oak on the finish. I'll say, as it's been open and sat around for a while, the raspberry cream, the chocolate has really subdued when it was first open, but on an initial open as well, was much more funky. So I would say that it has gotten better in the last few months that it's been open. But do I believe this is a $250 bottle? I do not. It has gotten better, but I don't think it's worth the price tag. I don't think it's worth the hype, if there is hype going on for it now. And if you're a really big Booker's fan, this is probably right up your alley. I'm not a huge Booker's fan. If you're a big Old Fitzgerald fan or Lux Row fan, they're weeders. It's in line with that. Maybe a little bit more elevated or a little bit more punchy, or has more of a more oomph to it than any of those. However, I don't think this isn't up my alley, and I don't think it's worth the price tag. Also, it comes with this tube, if you can call it that. I ordered a couple of them, and both my tubes came, and they were absolutely destroyed. The bottom falls out. And yeah, just seems like a lot of marketing. I will not be searching out any more bottles of this, to say the least. But who knows? Could be right up somebody else's alley. But as always, Bourbon Experience is all about good pours and great times with whoever you're with. Whiskey's meant to be enjoyed, so crack those bottles. See you next time.